What up? It's your boy Rojay.
And your boy DJ
You're tuned into another episode of Out the Box, and we got a hot show today.
It's hot, man.
It's pretty hot.
It's hot Atlanta hot.
Oh, okay. So by the time y'all done with this, you might be a little musty.
And wet.
Right. It's possible.
A little bit of both.
All right, yeah. We got my man Dre in the building. Also, performance for my man Markus Free.
And we got the Diddy of the South himself, Mr. J Uncut.
Yes. So like we said, it's a hot show. You don't want to go nowhere. Let's make it happen right here. Out the box. Let go.
Yeah. Hey, how you like me now? Yeah, hey, how you like me now? Hey, how you like me? Yeah, hey, he stepped into his groove. How you like me now? Had a two real rule. How you like me now? Oh, he got nothing left to prove. How you like me now? Been working on my next move. How you like me now? Hey, how you like me now? Worth a couple thousand. You know, got that wavy sound. Yeah, hey, how you like me now? Yeah, hey, how you like me now? Hey, say how you like me now? Boosie, wipe me down.
Welcome back to Out the Box. I'm here with my man Dre. I'm just gonna call him Dre because you said you didn't learn your real name until you was 8.
I didn't learn my real name since I was about 8 years old.
Y'all quit calling these babies their
Come
nickname
on,
until
man.
they get grown, man. Producer,
Yes,
A&R
sir.
as well,
Yes,
if
sir.
I'm not
Yes, sir.
mistaken. I became familiar with you a couple of years ago working with my man Markus Free.
Right.
You've since then worked with Hamilton Park and did some things, and I think I seen on your pages working with like Naturi, Naughton,
working with
and Adrian
Naturi,
Marcel, so
Adrian
you
Marcel,
making
just-
your name. How long have you been doing the producing thing?
I've been producing songwriting for about 7 years now.
Okay.
I really got into it at 23. I've been writing since I was 15.
Okay.
But you gotta go through all the obstacles before you really start getting in the game. I didn't really get into the game until I was like 23. That's when I got my first publishing deal.
Okay.
And then that's when we started moving with bigger name producers, Bangladesh. We started writing with Mustard, DJ Mustard, and Mike Will and stuff like that.
Oh, heavy names.
Yeah.
Heavy names.
I got in it so early. I didn't know nothing about the game.
Were you more enthusiastic about the people you were working with, or about the actual work that you was doing, the writing and the producing that you was getting into?
At that time, it was like the people that I was working with. It excited me because these are like, at the time, I've never encountered these people, but on YouTube or the internet, and then to be able to sit in a room with them and see them work and just be called a peer at this point, because they're not looking at you like you the new guy. They're looking at who bringing you in the room. So you're their peer. You know what I mean? So it was exciting for me. Okay,
that's always a question for me, because I do know when you're new and you're brought into a situation, it's still like you're muffled in a sense. Like you're sitting in the corner and you ain't saying nothing because they don't look at you as an asset as of yet, like until your first big hit or whatever. Do you remember the first record that you wrote?
Yep.
Oh, he laughed. I got to hear this one.
I didn't even know what a melody was.
Okay.
Or a cadence or anything.
Oh my God.
I just remember Googling it, YouTubing it, trying to figure out like what's a melody. And then I studied songwriting for like a whole year before I sat at the table and wrote my first song. And I like beat at the table and I wrote this pop record. You know what I'm saying? You want me to sing it?
Yeah, I want to hear this. Don't y'all want to hear it? Okay, I want to hear this real quick.
Look, listen,
So
I'm one of those abnormal writers. Like, I can't sing.
Okay.
Right?
I can't either, but it doesn't stop me.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It should never stop you. Follow your dreams no matter what. So like, I can't sing, but I'm able to like hear what needs to be done vocally by the artist. You know what I'm saying? So I use artists like keyboards.
Right.
I use artists like producers use instruments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk past it.
No, I want to hear this.
We're gonna sing it at the end. I'm like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, he done forgot all about it, right?
That's a bad idea.
So you, for the people that are not familiar with Naturi by her real name, Naturi is Tasha from Power. Adrian Marcel, I mentioned. I think you even I forgot the other person I saw on your page that you're working with, but like when you get with these different artists, the Naturis, the Hamilton Parks, the Marcus Frees, how do you cater to each individual where you're giving them their own unique mode or their their sound as opposed to I just wrote this song and I just want to see who can sing it.
Got you. It's all about getting to know their story.
Okay.
Understanding where they are in their life at the time. So, when Naturi came in, she first thing we did was we sat for probably about 2-3 hours and just talked about where she's at in life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No music. We didn't even make music the first day.
Okay.
We literally sat there and talked about where she's at in life, what she wants to talk about in her music. We came up with concepts. We came up with like even some melody ideas that she wanted to throw in there. Okay. But the whole thing was just figuring out who she is and then being able to be her voice. Okay. Because as a songwriter, my job is to take what's in your head or what's going on in your life and articulate it well on top of a beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's when she came in, she'll say, this is what I'm going through. This is how I feel. I'm going through a breakup. I'm going through a heartbreak. So now I know immediately, okay, let's talk about heartbreak.
Right.
Okay. And then another thing that you got to do as a good songwriter is you got to make sure that the song is specifically for the artist, but it's also for the audience.
Oh, yeah.
So how do I make this a universal record where the artist feels it, but at the same time, the rest of the world can feel it, you know what I'm saying? Right. So we talk about what she's going through, but everything in everybody's life is a universal theme. You just got to take out the specifics. Right. You know what I mean?
I'm a sucker for lyrics. I'm a sucker for vocals and harmonies and bridges, and it's a lot of that missing from today's music, for real. For sure. Is there a certain element from back in the day that you implement in your work that you're kind of trying to reintroduce to the game?
Storytelling in R&B music. I feel like pop music has it down pat. Right. Pop music understands storytelling. R&B doesn't. I mean, we did. You know what I'm saying? Right. When Usher, even in 2000, I felt like the 2000 music when Usher came out with Confessions and Ray J One Wish, like those were stories. Right. You can literally read those lyrics and line by line, it sounds like someone's talking to you.
And every last one of them mofos sang in the rain.
Exactly.
That's an element I need that rain. Yeah, so that made me want to go and jump in the rain. That's all I'm serious. So I'm all about that.
Yeah, man. So that's the element I'm trying to bring back, man. Storytelling. I love a concise story told. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that, just like a movie, a well-written movie, that's what makes you keep going back. And then you learn something else every time you come back. Right. All the songs that you love, when you got older, you was like, that's what you was talking about. You know
most of the records I was like, oh, that was nasty.
Right.
I always like the nasty records.
Peaches and cream. You thought about peaches and cream. Like,
right. That is not what that was about at all.
Ain't about peaches and cream.
Right. Okay, you have not been watching the show. I'm sure anytime that sound effect goes off, there's a game that I play with the guest that I'm with at that moment. It's called Out the Box. I'm going to do a little trivia game with you. And if you get the answer wrong, you have to drink. Okay. And if you get it right, then I have to drink.
What are we drinking?
I'm glad you asked. First of all, these are nasty. I'm just going to let you know.
What is this?
Don't worry about it. It's hard
hand sanitizer?
No.
Is that hand sanitizer? Hand sanitizer.
It's nasty.
You trying to kill
But you go ahead and pop the top.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Man.
And if
it contains alcohol?
Yes.
I don't drink.
Well, you better hope you get these answers right. You better hope you get the answers right.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Okay.
Only for
Out the Box. Yeah.
Only for road.
Yeah. All right.
Don't drink.
All right. But you're a producer. You're a songwriter. So these should be easy for you because that means you do your history.
Got you.
Okay.
All right. It's pressure.
So this person,
pressure. I really feel it.
this person was a talent director at Uptown and helped develop Jodeci and Mary J. Blige.
Andre Herrera.
No. Go ahead and drink. That would be Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Yeah. Go ahead and sip. Go ahead and sip. All right. All right. Question number 2. In 1990, he produced his first act. It was a female hip-hop trio named Silk Times Leather. He later formed a teen duo, Criss Cross, after meeting the boys at a local mall in 91.
Jermaine Dupri.
Good job. Good job.
Come on. Yeah, drink that thing. Hand sanitizer.
That's really nasty. That's really nasty. Okay, last question. This guy sold his first beat to Rough Riders artist DMX and became his chart-topping single "Rough Riders Anthem."
Sir. Is that Mr. Swizzy Beats?
He got it. Swizz Beats. All right.
I would have got all three if I wasn't pressured at first.
Well, I'm glad you took one of the sips because this is nasty. Anyway, we got a performance coming up from my man Markus Free in a minute. Y'all can follow my man Dre.
At Dre, that's you on Instagram.
Be sure to do that, and I appreciate you.
No problem.
Elbow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Keep it locked. We got more on the way right here. Out the box. Let's go.
Yo, if you've missed any episodes of Out the Box, be sure to head to outtheboxtv.com to get your fix right now. Let go.
Welcome back to another episode of Out the Box TV. I'm DJ Primetime. We are here with Jay Uncut.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. This was, unexpected, but I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to share some gems. So we can run that.
For those of y'all that may not know, Mr. Jay Uncut over here, he owns Red Dot Music Group out here in Atlanta, Georgia. He is one of the top music record execs out here. If you don't know, now you know. I ain't gonna boost your head up too. I ain't gonna let everybody know what's going on. Artists from Toronto to Atlanta, East Coast, West Coast, up north, down south. If you're trying to get a start, this is where you need to go check out first. For those people that don't know you, let them know a little bit more about you and what exactly that you do out here.
Yeah, man. It's I started playing keys back when I was like 15, and then kind of expanded from there into like production. Got my first start with Regina Bell. Regina Bell, I guess she saw something in me I didn't see. She heard me playing some, chords and whatnot. And she said, "Man, this would sound good on my album." She said, "Could you produce a song for me?" I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Let me figure out what producing means." You know what I'm saying? So I went in and kind of played on my sequencer on my board, and she liked it. She flew me out to Houston and put me in front of my first production gig. From there, the record turned out so well that the label, Pendulum Records, they was like, "We would like you to work with us," and they flew me to New York and said, "Man, can you help me run this label?" And so I became A&R from there, and started seeking out talent. That's kind of how I got in, and then just expanded from there.
So it started off in production and went from production to seeking that talent.
Right.
You also do artist development.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier about what are some of the things that you look for in an artist, for somebody that's you're here in Atlanta, but somebody that's in a small city or small town that's wanting to get known and get developed and get out there. How does somebody like that get in contact with somebody like you?
Man,
Or what do you look for?
Man, believe it or not, I don't even listen to music. I don't even listen to their music, bro. Like, this is, it's all about, I listen to music, but I look at influence first.
The artist influence.
Artist influence.
Not necessarily the talent,
not the talent,
influence.
influence. Because influence is what, this industry is based off of numbers, man. I like to create music that can spread out to the world, to the people that are listening to music.
Right.
Now, again, not to discourage, smaller artists. I think, me and Dre, we like to bring in smaller artists and develop them from, you take the potential, and we tell them, look, invest into yourself and do as much as you can to get to the audience. Even if you start off small, man, just get to an audience. We'll help you build your music, help you create your music. But I look for influence.
So
Influences is what keeps the circle going, because we can create this major product in music, and your influences is what's going to take our product
Now, when you say influence, you mean having their actual following, having some type of base, or just
it's not just following. It's people who interact with you, people who watch you.
So you can't buy your followers. That's what you're saying.
That ain't gonna
so
work.
some of y'all that's out there buying y'all followers, you can't do that. That clickbait.
Yeah, that ain't
it don't work. You gotta. It's gotta be organic.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll know.
Okay.
We'll know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see it because it's just there's a thing that Instagram does where it's like a algorithm, whatever they do. You can see who's at the top and who's interacting the most. And it's so, but it makes it easier for labels, makes it easier for executives, so we can
to turn around and see.
Yeah, like okay, they have something going on. That's what I do. Oh, there's something going on over here. Mm-hmm. I look first and then I listen after.
If y'all want to start something, if you want to create something, if you're looking at taking your career from where you're at now to the next level, to get it, to be able to package it right, where can they find you at?
You can get me on Instagram, Uncut, JAYUNCUT. I listen. I listen DMs, comments, catch me there. I have a Twitter, but Instagram is easy because I can see influencers.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
So Instagram more. So you pick one social media other than the other?
I do because I think what has happened is Instagram. Also, I don't have TikTok, but even though that's major now, I think Instagram, everything is centralized there. Labels, they're watching there, and you can display your talent there. You can see what's going on. You can see the development of how you started. Like you can scroll all the way down. Like there's Instagram is just the number one tool right now in the industry. So you can catch me there, Instagram.
Appreciate it, man. Catch us another episode of Out the Box TV. I'm DJ Primetime. Appreciate you coming out, Jay Uncut, Red Dot Music Group. Make sure y'all go check him out on Instagram, Facebook. Don't check him out on Twitter because I ain't there.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram and Facebook. Out the Box. Let's get it.
Welcome back to Out the Box, your man Roger. I got my man Markus free.
What's going on, man?
What to do? How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You take a seat, man.
No.
He thought about it 2 seconds.
No, I've heard his music. I'm not prepared. All right, so my man, I know you do your solo work. You're part of a group, Hamilton Park as well.
Yes, sir.
We go back and you just be doing your thing. How does your artistry as a solo artist differ from your artistry within the group?
As a solo artist, I'm more about Mark Us Free is actually a title, not a name. Like Mark Us Free. It's more culture. Like my music, like I got songs called Quitting Not an Option.
Okay.
It's just more with some, I don't want to get so serious so soon, but Marcus Free is like the serious part of me.
Okay.
Hamilton Park allows me to be fun, sexual, vibrant, fun, and that's really what Hamilton Park is. But it's a very big difference. But Marcus Free still fits into Hamilton Park. Right. At the end of the day, I always drive in with both artistry. You want to have something to say once you got their attention. Right. So once we play you the hot records, what?
Right.
What's your point of being an artist?
Gotcha. So I know y'all working on some new music that's ready to drop in some coming months.
Yes. Summer Cuffing should be dropping over the summer.
Summer Cuffing, now which I already know on your It Was Necessary EP. How can I say grimy? Grimy y'all got on It Was Necessary. How much more are you willing to push the envelope with cuffing season?
I don't think if you don't push the envelope, it won't work. So we willing to push it really far. Okay. Like even with the stuff we preview to. Right. That you hear. Right. You heard it.
Right.
It's
I was lit too.
It's sexual. What we want to do with this project, Summer Cuffing, because obviously no one gets cuffed in the summer. Right. We want to go against the grain. Right. So we talking about love, we talking about sex, and not just everybody, but in the summertime we sexing one girl. We traveling with her. Right. We just making love everywhere. We making love in Paris, we making love in Miami. Like when you hit the project, you'll see.
Sounds like they traveling with worn rags.
Wipe it out.
Just wipe it out. All right.
For real though, Summer Cuffing, man, it's just we have to get back to some form of love. It ain't got to be corny, but it got to get back to love.
Right.
And then we can go from there.
You know what? I had that whole thought process on the way down. Me and PT was talking about just different things. And there was a point I was going to bring up to him. But I didn't get that point. We talk about everything. But what I do know I know a lot of people gravitate towards like 90s R&B, but even the 80s is hot. But all of those records, they were singing about love. I was telling him like male singers don't sing to their ladies anymore. They don't sing for their ladies. They not crying. They not out in the rain.
Come on.
You know, with their vest open. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and I know we moved away from that for well over a decade at this point. So that's probably why everybody's just smashing and nobody's getting married right now. Right. So
savage. For real. Hey, these women now, being out here, bro, and just experience like artistry and around females, like it's like, yo, they worse than the niggas.
Right.
You right about that. And it's reflection of the music, man.
Right. So, all right. So, what song you performing for us today?
The record I'm gonna do today is "Leave It In." It's actually off of the project "It Was Necessary" with Hamilton Park. The second one we released, the first one we released under Lost in Music. And I just want to tell a little backstory about the record, because how me and Dre write, Dre will go up and write, or I'll go up and write, or we'll just go at the same time.
Right.
Dre was up there writing, right? And I guess he was getting writer's block. It happens randomly.
Right.
I guess he was writing, but he's like, man, I don't want to do it no more. So he sit down and go lay on the bed. Like, the bed's right behind the mic. So I like, let me take a step. So I sit down at the computer and I start coming up with something.
Right.
But then I wasn't sure, but it sounded like I had an idea. Dre like, I got you, man. I'm like, bro, this has been 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, I thought you were asleep.
Right.
I got this. So anyways, long story short, Dre doesn't know how to, like, let you, something I ain't gonna say, because he's in the room. He don't know how to, like, let you just go sometimes.
Right.
Bro, I ended up writing a record. Dre said something and never went to sleep. Dre stayed up the whole time. He's supposed to be going to sleep.
Control freak.
Yeah, but to that defense, that's how we've gotten great records like this, because he won't put off, he won't let off, he won't sacrifice the sound.
Right.
He's like, bro, then we might as well not do it if we ain't gonna do it.
Right.
So that's Leave It In. But Leave It In is a fun record, man. It's a nasty.
Oh, yes, it's fun and nasty.
You know about Leave It In.
I know about Leave It In. All right, so.
This record's nasty.
I want y'all to give it up for my man, Markus Free.
Yes, sir.
Leave It In, right here. Let go.
Got a picture of a star on her side. I'm gripping on that ass as she rides all night. Yeah. And the way you pop it on me, like we bout to pop a rose. Warming up your body, like I'm warming up a cold plate. And I'm gonna eat it all, baby. Yes, I'm gonna eat it all, yeah. 'Cause your lips make me wonder, how can you be so cold? 'Cause all the things I wondered, yeah, we've already done. I wanna make love till the sun comes up and the moon goes down. I'ma go down, tasting you till you come. I'ma leave it in. Do you mind if I leave it in to hear you say, oh, 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 no? Till the sun comes up and the moon goes down. I'ma go down, tasting you till you come. Do you mind if I leave it in? Oh, tight, I'ma leave it in to hear you say, oh, 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 yeah. I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in, baby. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Do you mind if I leave it in? Hold tight, I'ma leave it in, yeah.
I don't know where his shirt went, but hey, that's what's up.
HP, baby.
Yes, y'all be sure to get more information on my man Markus Free, OutTheBoxTV.com. I got links to the EP up as well. Y'all need to check that out if you have not yet.
Yes,
and we'll be looking for cuffing season coming this summer.
HP, baby.
Yeah, let's make it happen right here. New episode next week. Keep it locked right here. Out the box.
Out the box, baby. Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I leave it in? Do you mind if I leave it in? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Out the Box TV. We got major props and major shout outs, and thank you for Vivid Rich for having us as we came in and talked to my man Dre, Markus Free, and of course
Jay Uncut.
He's doing his little interview thing now.
Red
We're proud of
Dot Music Group.
You need more information on any of our guests, be sure to check it out on OutTheBoxTV.com. Let's get it.
Already.